he stopped on the page where he heard things that sounded like breakfast. And those things were bugs because bats love to eat little small bugs and flies. Chiro ate well that night. When he was full, he stretched his wings again and thought about flying home, but he began to wonder just a little. What lay beyond the pond? What lay beyond his mother's words? So, what do you think he's going to do? He's looking and he sees the pond. You see the ladybug, and he's thinking, what is there in the world that is beyond the pond? What do you think he's going to do? Let's see. Oh, I love this picture. So Chiro flew a bit farther, and the familiar fell away from him, out to the margins of the world. Then he was truly on his own. Do you think he looks a little scared? I love the way the illustrator made this picture so big. He's flying farther than his mom told him to, and she warned him not to. So do you think he's feeling a little nervous? He flew fast toward a high dune, each grain of sand calling out in a chorus as he passed. Chiro flapped up and over the top of the dune and out over the strand, singing louder than he had ever sang before. Why do you think he was making his song so loud? He was making his song so loud because he didn't know where he was, and he needed to know where he was, and he'd never seen that before. What is he flying over? The ocean. Out went his song over the dark water. Then, again and again, each wave on the ocean rising up to greet him, each splash of sea foam becoming kin to him. That means the splash and the waves and the water were becoming something that he knew. The sky began to change, grow light, and cast long shadows over the shore. With the morning came memory. His mother's voice, her warm wings. Chiro knew it was time to go home. I like that picture. The illustrator is showing us the waves and the foam on the waves. And Chiro looks little compared to the big ocean. Flying higher than he'd ever flown, Chiro began to sing, and he was listening and singing and listening. The music of the land rose up in all of its many textures. Each tree, each cliff, each place he'd passed, until finally the song of home added its voice to the others. So, when he got closer to home, the things became more familiar. His cave called out from the blanketing shadows, and shrubs were like pillows of moss that was hanging at the mouth of the cave, and Chiro followed that familiar sound back into the sheltering earth. So the moss and the trees and things seemed like pillows to him. He was getting close to home. His mother caught him all up in her wings and asked, "Was it very dark in the world, little wing? What did you see?" "Why, Mama," Chiro said, laughing, "it was very, very dark. And I saw everything." How did he see everything? Remember, he used his song. So bats don't really have good eyesight. They use their ears to hear, and the things that they hear helps them to know where they are rather than using their eyes. And then he yawned, and he turned his head into the warmth of her body, letting the rising sun's quiet song carry him, lull him, and sing him to sleep. So, do you see how the illustrator has made the picture look like we can see inside from the back of the cave? And then Chiro and his mom are hanging from the top of the cave and they are sleeping. I love that story. So the author told us the name Chiro was inspired from a Greek word that means hand or wing. The name for bats and the only mammals that are capable of true flight, says the author. So that means that bats use all of their senses to fly. So here's our bat. This can be our Chiro bat. I hope you enjoyed the story about Chiro. Have a great day.